Oh great, some hostile ships want to come around and eat me. Die, you stupid spaceship! Seriously, leave me alone! This isn't some hostile world or anything. I'm gonna hide in here instead if it even lets us. Will it let us? Oh, yes. What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name is Scythe, and we are back again for some more No Man's Sky. Now, today's episode may end up being fairly short today, folks. It may even end up being the last episode in the series, just as a kind of special hello and goodbye and a way of saying thanks. Because what ended up happening at the end of the last episode is we went through a black hole. Very exciting, very, very cool. Suddenly we were met with a cargo ship that was under attack. I suck at the space combat. It was very frustrating and kind of ended up ending the episode on a bit of a cliffhanger because I couldn't, I ended up escaping, and I guess the game clearly didn't want me to escape, even though I would have died otherwise. And then suddenly it despawned. Weird, right? But then I noticed that this anomaly was here when I ended up reloading my file, so I wanted to explore this with you. However, I do have a suspicion of what this is going to be. Before we end up going into here, though, folks, I would very much appreciate for you to hit that like button for me. Helps me out more than you know. And, of course, we're going to be naming a bunch of stuff at the end of today's episode. And if this is the last episode in the series, I'm just going to name everything that we have discovered and haven't given a name based on things that are all your suggestions, folks. You can leave comments in the comments below of things that you want to be named, or things that you want named, but honestly speaking, yeah, I had a suspicion of this. So we have the Atlas Pass version 1. I'm assuming that this is going to be the Atlas Pass version 2. Then we're going to end up exploring, get the Atlas Pass version 3, explore. Is there an end? I don't know. I think the end of this game is more your decision, and that's why I will openly admit that after the last few episodes, we kind of started exploring more. As you explore more in this game, for me, it's very, very cool the first time. Seriously, I cannot recommend this game enough. It's absolutely amazing. And if you're the type that doesn't get bored with all of the exploration and stuff like that, that's fine too. Go ahead, play this game for a million zillion years. Ironically, even though I kept saying this was going to be a series that is hundreds of episodes, the significance of each individual planet ended up going down for each planet that I ended up exploring. There's only so many times that I can end up scanning the same tree that's a different color that gives us the same resource. There's only so many space stations that I can go into and manipulate the in-game stock to end up getting us more money so that we can get ourselves more inventory space so that we can carry more resources so that we can make more money. You see what I'm saying? It's a perpetual cycle, which is fantastic for a game that you want to just end up sinking hours and all of your time into. A Let's Play? Different. Very different, because I'm the type, as far as a Let's Play is concerned, I want to keep the content fresh, keep it new, keep it alive, most of all for me, and that's just not happening anymore. So today's gonna be the last episode, folks. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, so what do you have to say, you little freak? And I do want to say thank you all so much for your support throughout this series. Seriously, it's been absolutely great. Polo bobs up and down happily as I approach. That's funny because we've already met one of these guys called Polo. See what I mean? The generation's starting to repeat itself. Apparently convinced that I am some kindred spirit in an odyssey of exploration and invention. I am undecided as to whether I share this ethos. Okay, ethos lab. Polo is particularly fascinated by how my brain is affected by interacting with alien language and culture. Can I truly understand such profoundly unfamiliar concepts? Is there a limit to how much I can learn? I have wondered this too. Okay. Words collected, level 3 or above. All right. Runs an instrument over my head. Their hands tremble with excitement. Then Polo fiddles feverishly and gives us the same recipe we've already unlocked. Like, come on, man! Well, we'll get to see another beautiful multi-tool that looks just like the one that we have. Has 2 more slots than ours, not worth. And then you're gonna give me the Atlas Pass version 2, right? Like, that's what I mean. We've kind of already seen everything that this game has to offer. Now we're just running into the same things with a different face. Nada is they reveal what? A Korvax priest somehow freed of the group mind. Now researching the origins of the galaxy. The lore I still think is absolutely fantastic. They express a bold theory, very poetic as well, that our entire reality is something else's experiment, a simulation. I want to laugh. Then I remember the Atlas. Okay. Nada. Oh, its name is Nada. Nada offers me a choice again, or is it a test? Be returned to the fixed path of the Atlas. Find black holes to carry me to the galaxy's core. Okay. Or accept a gift to aid me in my own travels. Find a shortcut to the center. Well, let's try it out and see how far we can end up getting today. But otherwise, honestly speaking, I do still fully expect we'd end up getting an Atlas Pass. I do still fully expect that the point of the game and getting to the center of the galaxy, it might end up being something very, very exciting. It really, really could. Very, very cool, you know, very crazy, something completely undiscovered and something beyond my wildest dreams. Yeah. But personally speaking, I think the whole point is that we could technically end up running into other players, and that's probably gonna be it. Anomaly detected. Okay, so hopefully we have enough fuel for this. Wow, is that really as far away as it looks? I don't think it is. What is that in the distance then? There was something else that I was looking at, but I think that was actually just another black hole. Still cool. I do like the fact that we're kind of running into black holes as kind of a shortcut, but yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see. All right, we've got another black hole to detect and a whole bunch of stupid cargo ships. Please don't end up getting me into combat. I don't care. I just want to go into the black hole in peace. Cry myself to sleep. I love this though. It reminds me of like Space Odyssey and like all sorts of like space anomalies and stuff. It's so cool. I really love it. Okay, that was a weird transition. Now, I'm expecting as well that eventually if we would continue progressing, that we would end up running into the black holes that are on planets, like the portals. That would probably end up being the third step, I would expect. But that's okay. I'm content with our experience at this point. And honestly speaking, I think it would kind of be, wow, we traveled really, really far. Okay. I think that it would end up really killing the game for me, and that's the reason that we're going to be ending the series. Path towards galactic core. Okay. Now it just has the galactic core, period. No shortcuts either. No. There we go. So that light in the distance is actually supposed to be the galactic core. This is getting weird though. Yeah, so this planet, even though that's actually supposed to be the core right there, that big beautiful sun in the middle of the universe, yeah, this planet right here seems to be where it ends, so I'm assuming this is gonna be another anomaly to check out. Or it was just the furthest that we could warp before we have to do it again, I guess. Okay, so this could potentially end up taking us a very, very long time to end up doing. Whether or not it's gonna actually end up letting us get to the core today kind of remains to be seen. We'll just have to see what happens with that though, folks. I'm gonna try my best though to see if I can end up getting to the core today. Well, everybody, this is a couple days later, and I have some bad news, and then some badder news, I guess. So, I was going through black holes one after another. Let me just tell you kind of what the game has turned into. What it's turned into, I don't know why it's trying to lock onto that ship. Maybe it's a pirate, I don't know. But what the game's turned into is pretty much I go out into outer space here. I go into the free mode, and this is a black hole. Not that. No, not that. That's not a black hole. Well, it won't let us jump to it anyways because of something else that I'll tell you in a minute. Normally what I've been doing is you just fly over to a black hole, you take it, and it gives you like a whole bunch of distance, but for some weird reason, like look at this. So right there where it says distance to center, 154,023.8. I don't know what the multiplication is of the 0.8. Apparently it's a pretty big deal because every time I go through a wormhole, it'll say you've traveled 1,000,000 light years. And on this marker, all that is like 100 light years. Yeah. So to top that off, the mechanic that I don't like is we go through a black hole, which already is wasting our hyperdrive fluid, right? So we gotta keep creating warp cells. That's already a lot of extra time used resupplying and refueling. But every time you go through a black hole, your warp reactors or any part of your ship has a chance to get destroyed and be critically damaged. So repairing these, especially with the dynamic resonators, the insane amount of gold and everything like that, and all the specific resources, it's even more time wasted every time you want to go through a black hole. But using black holes is detrimental. You have to use them in order to even cover a little bit of distance. Even with a maxed out hyperdrive, I could only travel 1,000 light years, which, like I said, on the galactic map, for some reason that would be 0.1. So, what I ended up doing, because I did not see any chance of me doing something like that. Like seriously, that would take weeks of my personal time, which I just don't have. Very disappointing. So what I ended up doing was I grabbed a mod that is a No Man's Sky trainer. Now, what a trainer does is just, it pretty much is a cheating device, right? So I ended up giving myself infinite fuel and making it so that it didn't cost anything to repair our ship. Even with that, I was grinding out and going through black holes for hours. I was getting pretty close. I ended up on the galactic map. I got it down to at least 100,000 point whatever, because I still don't understand what that means. And then the game just randomly crashed on me. And suddenly I respawned at the space station that you just saw. So the game didn't save. Now, that's one thing that I would argue against this game and against any modern game that I've never agreed with and I never like. I remember even back when I was watching this game and keeping track of it, and it was, you know, like, oh man, this game looks so awesome, but why does it have an autosave? That's stupid. Like, seriously, it doesn't make sense. Because devs, for some strange reason, are under this crazy impression that their game isn't gonna crash. Everything crashes because we're relying on unstable software. It doesn't matter how good the game is optimized, it's gonna crash one day. Now, thankfully, I didn't end up losing my file completely, but needless to say, I mean, it's just not gonna happen. You know, it's very disappointing to end it kind of on a cliffhanger like that. But that single-handedly, like, I was already at it for hours, and it was the only night that I had to grind it out, and I was gonna spend all night grinding our way to the center of the galaxy, and then it crashed, and suddenly we just reappeared back there, and all that work was just for nothing. So, we're calling the series here, everybody. I'm very sorry to say. I will put a couple links in the description, however, like to the modding website, because the mods are actually really, really cool. And also to the trainer that I ended up using as well. Because it was really cool and it could really spike new life into this game. But for me personally, like, out of all my experience with this game, it's an absolutely awesome game. Really it is. But as I said before, as a Let's Play series, it wears out its welcome very, very quickly. because I'm constantly struggling with trying to find something new. And granted, all the planets are new, don't get me wrong. But it's like, I've started to learn the mechanics of the game where desert planets usually have aluminium, cold planets usually have chrysonite. I'm not saying that it's only exclusively on those planets, but the fact of the matter is that the game doesn't adjust itself according to where you are as the progression. You know, we're constantly getting, new inventory slots. For what? So that we can carry more stuff? You know, like, it certainly isn't for upgrades, because all the upgrades kind of fall flat. You know, I mentioned this in another video where I was saying how mining rocks should be like, it should be that the sense of progression is you go far enough with your Omni tool and suddenly you can one-shot, like we could aim at this thing, bam, the entire rock's destroyed, you get all the supplies. Further than that, there should be a step up from that where you don't need to gather the resources yourself anymore, which may end up happening eventually, who knows. Even our ship, too, it shouldn't take launch fluid. And that's where the mods come in, because lots of the mods actually take care of all of this stuff. And while it was a lot of fun, you know, this game was a great ride while it lasted, and the fact that the devs are still going to continue developing it, and there's a whole bunch of different ideas and content that they want to add to the game and everything like that, this game is still amazing. It absolutely is. But one of the things that I was worried about the entire time, and it seems like that unfortunately has taken place, is that this game is so big that the amount of actual things to do in it is stretched very, very thin. Now, I'm not saying, you know, other people can go ahead and enjoy the game. I really don't want to misunderstand, like, make you misunderstand and think that I'm, you know, saying that the game's, like, bad or anything like that. No, it's a fantastic game. It really is. It's one of my all-time favorites. But, I'm going to go and discover this creature here. But I've had enough. You know, I've had a good time with it. It was a good time, a good run while it lasted. I know I just kind of keep repeating that, but that's it. So what we're going to do as a kind of fond farewell is I'm going to name a whole bunch of things, as many things as I've discovered. I'm going to name based on like all your suggestions and stuff like that. So let's get to it. As you can see, I have explored so many different systems, and this is even before I started cheating and trying to get my way to the top, right? So I'm going to try and see if I can find any of the other planets or creatures that I didn't end up naming. And yeah, Next King 414 wanted us to call something Formosite and Shapestone. Mr. Slime Plays wanted the Space Jub. And we're not going to be naming anything specific, just everything that I have in my catalog. And even then, I don't know if it's going to be enough to name all the things that you suggested. Fall of Pluto. This isn't a planet. Well, it certainly isn't. It's an outpost. And that 3, for some reason, is what happens when you put the apostrophe. Rip Gator. Lol Mame Turtle Land. Robo Creeper wanted us to call something Bob. Can you go to any more waypoints, or is there only this many? Yeah, I guess you only have to discover maybe 5 waypoints before that counts as all of the ones that you needed to discover on the planet. I don't know. Red Eye Wolf, Karoma version .114. Nico wanted Jub, who doesn't. Nihilo wanted Boris. Biscuit Cat wanted us to call something Snakes, or Snecks, which I did end up going to a planet that did have a bunch of flying snakes and stuff, and it was really, really cool, but unfortunately it was like really, really deadly, so I didn't get it on camera. He also wanted Danger Noodle Land. Webb Shannon wanted Scarlet the Spooter. Ip Styler wanted a pet named Steve. Frenzymic wanted Land of Gondas. I know that these names aren't making much sense, but hey, whatever. He also wanted another thing to be called Jub. I guess it's fine if we have repeatables, but maybe not too many. Max Gaming wanted Little Tome the MLG King needs to be alive. Agua Delta wanted Delta Creature. It's not a creature, it's an outpost, but whatever. Benetox wanted Jojo. Blade Link 21 wanted Blade's Domain. Saber Laser Tiger wanted Your Dreams. Lieutenant Alien wanted Sir Dank. Chris wanted Wasabi. Biscuit Cat also wanted Biscuit Cat Nip. I, Junior Net, wanted Name an Animal That Weird Thing, which whatever, we named a plant. Orin of all trades wanted Rest in Pepperonis. Van Dark wanted Cheese. He wanted a moon to be named that though, but whatever. Francesco wanted Draco Light. And I know that I'm not really putting caps on these, but yeah, I hope you're all satisfied with this, everybody. I kind of figured this would be a fond farewell to the series. Dragon Power wanted Equinox. Jeremy wanted Harambe. Francisco also wanted Wrecking Ball. Jacob wants Brah. Noful wanted Derp O Cow. Sought Maple 26 wanted Sought Maple Asaur. I guess for a creature, but whatever. Chronozilla wanted Derpiest Creature Zaki Bongo. She also wanted Joe's Funhouse. Maxwell wanted something to be called a planet. Giuseppe wanted something to be called Rocky. I'm gonna call this delicious rock Lunch. The Canadian Wolf wanted Intergalactic Scythe Trading Market. Mr. Duck God wanted something to be called Duck Nation. Ahmed wanted something to be called Twister. Aaron wants Peanut Butter. Sazdez DF wanted Scythe Poo. Maxwell wants something to be called a planet. Maybe I said that twice already, but rip. Bam Bam Ben wanted Mr. Crab. Titan Habs wanted Shape WW. Scott wanted Don't Let Gek Know. Chris wanted Ponko. Cryptic B wanted Makaskas. I don't know what that even means. Jibbergurga something wanted Dino. Nejic wanted Mr. Bubbles. Jorgen Gal wanted Leviathan. And Nuffles Trove wanted Tomboy. Tobias wanted a base to be called Pinata Assassin Base, but sorry, dude. He also wanted Kigurumi Hideout. Anybody watching this series that doesn't know, a lot of this has to do with my other series, Trove. But I'm sure most of you are from there anyway, right? Tobias wanted Ronald Mick Legold. He also wanted Starboundia and Fun Dash Guy. You have wanted I'm Batman and Mogo. Orin of all trades wanted the layer of Jub Jub. Kale wanted Caleb. Nuffles wanted Nuffles. Seabax wanted Baby Scylla. Sneaky Boom wanted Keemster. Bagnono wanted Chicken Wolfman. Red Eye Wold wanted Alliance's Shelter. Whoops. J Purge wanted Nappy Nap. Scott wanted Bob. I think we already did that, but rip me. I'm already like 20 minutes into this. Mr. Umbrian wanted something to be called It. That looks like an It. Sneaky Boom wanted something to be called Morticus. Also, Avarim. Alexander wanted Team Pixel 5, which I think we may have already named something like that before, but whatever. T-Rex Red wanted King Kong. He also wanted Green Frog Kingdom. I know these things are not necessarily appropriately named, folks, and yeah, I mean, I guess I already said, but sorry about it, everybody. I'm kind of just rushing to get all this out because I've been on a very busy schedule lately. By the way, that was T-Rex Red again. Morad wanted Homer Simpson. Mr. Slime Plays wanted Huge Planet for a small planet. Rip me, it's this creature now. Asa wanted Laser Muffins. Oh, that's rejected. Okay, I don't know why. Let's call it Laser Cupcake, although I think we already named something like that before. I forget. Mad Tuck, which is Sith Poop, wanted us to name a rock, but we're gonna name this creature instead Crichton, because that looks like critter to me. Saber Laser wanted something called Dabgi. Blade Link wanted Blade's Domain. I think, yeah, we already did that one, didn't we? A lot of these might end up being repeatable though, because as I kept continually asking for names and stuff like that, and people didn't see their items being named in the series, they naturally assumed that I just skipped over it, not realizing that it would show up eventually. It just had to, you know, have a bit of time between receiving the comment and actually putting it in a video. And then the Canadian Wolf wanted Intergalactic Red Scythe Trading HQ. Tobias wanted Mr. Spoopy. The Meepy Star wanted Chronozilla with this. Mario Sam 100 wanted Area 51, which would have been better for an outpost, but sorry, dude. Justas wanted Cosmic Commander Burger. I put Booger. Razor Scream wanted Night Bane. Yeah, that looks like Night Bane to me. Mr. Sign Plays wanted Barney. Gale Star, Gale Force HQ. Sazdas says Alpha Jub. Futsal Forza says name the next resource. Energon. You can't name resources, unfortunately. That would be fun, though. Mr. Signplay says Tryon Worlds. Robo Creeper wants Gray Beard. Get bread or beard? Beard, yeah, there it is. That's Gray Beard now. Willie wants Proud Dochi. I think I spelt that wrong, but it's his Trove username. Wolfie wanted Duck. Dan wants Planet Dolan. I mean, it's kind of like a planet. And Mr. Sign Plays wanted Critter. Red Eye Wold wanted Sanis. I'm guessing that's Sanic, but spelt even worse. J Purge again wanted Kikaromi. Tirth wants Majesty. 4mm1234 Lolo Dolo. Razor Scream wants Floppy Bro. Dark Shadows wants Razor Ghoul. Sneaky Boom also wants something called Chronozilla, but we already did that, so Arvid wanted something to be called Bear. Tirth wants Strawberry. Cortair wanted Luller 2000. And 4MM wanted Boliozolo. Saranen wanted Bubble Brothers. Alexandra wanted Nickel Plant. Ken Fooey, Screwball. Jacob wants Nachos Planet, but we're just gonna call this creature Nachos instead. I could really go for some nachos right now. Joel wanted All Might. Oh yeah, did I show you all this gross thing on camera? I don't know, but man, it's disgusting. Moaz wanted Space Banana. That's appropriate, isn't it? And Destroyer Flynn wanted Galaxy League of Legends. Orin of All Trades, The Lair of Jub again. Henry wanted New Man's Sky. It's No Man's Sky, but spelt correctly. Lissandro wanted Utilitech. D. Lan wanted I'm Not Small. Tatton wanted Big Data. Ew, it's like a giraffe, but its head is a weird, gross thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so Joel wanted All Might Outpost. Rip! Giuseppe wanted Chicken Wings, and so do I. I'm gonna name this one Kill Me. Honk25 wanted Flying Potatoes. Jacob wanted Little Big Planet, which is so appropriate for this game, isn't it? I mean, not on the creature, obviously. Rabila wanted Bizarre Jojo, which, yeah, that fits. Triggerbox wanted Sea of Bleach, lol. Dylan wanted I'm Something. Andrianello wanted Crystal Jub. Freaky Frankie 115 wanted Freaky Pig. Philip wanted Makalembembe. It's probably another language that I just butchered. Dark Steps wanted Korats, which, I mean, it looks like quartz, so yeah. Mario Sam 100 wants Mushroom Kingdom. He also wanted Mario Land. Next King wanted Dog Furts. Crazy Boy Plays wanted Crazy Boy Plays. Halo Fan 432 said Big Hug. I could see hugging that rock. Noofles wanted Pog Champ. You remember Pogs? You're probably too young to know what that even is. Blue Potato 46 something wanted Potato World. It sucks that I'm not being able to name these things based on what you all wanted them to be named, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Biscuit Cat wanted Mainland, which, I mean, I guess it works. Name something Jabba the Hutt from Nejik. Name a snake creature, which I'm sorry I can't. Jormungandr. Oh, that was Tan Zun Ming, by the way. Jacob wanted us to call something Jacob. Dylan wanted us to call something Toad's Warg. Kale said, name something Kale. And Ken Fooey said, name a rock Larry. Kyle Battlebreaker says, cuddle time. Ew. Edget, can you name something Orange Yopi? YOLO no. Name an animal, animal. Instead, we're gonna name a rock, animal. Benjamin says, name something Scythe plays. I am forever this creature. Discover it if you can. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I'm always gonna think of this thing now. AZ Killer 01. Name something Poopy Pants. Noob plays games. Name an animal Gladys. Cortair says name something Sides. Orin of all trades, name a dinosaur Chronozilla. Freaky Frank 115, name a very big fish, which we can't. Sea Emperor 115, which I'm guessing is a nod to Subnautica, which is pretty cool because that's kind of a very similar game to No Man's Sky, but underwater instead of on planets. Granted, it's still an alien planet. That game looks sick, by the way. Snappy Omega wants something to be called Narnar. And Delaziz Sloth wants us to call something Planet Dolan, even though it's a system. And last but not least, Rob231 wanted a planet to be called Rob W, but we'll settle for a system. Same with Geo wanted a planet called Pyroland. And that's gonna be it, everybody. Although there was a couple extra suggestions, this video is getting lengthy enough as it is and gonna require a whole lot of editing. Either way, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for your continued support throughout this series. It meant a lot to me, especially the fact that you were all being so kind and respectable about not spoiling things, you know? Even though the only technical thing you can spoil in this game is gameplay and discovery, but you know, it still means something. Also, in the space stations, there is, there still is the Atlas Pass version 3. I don't know how you actually end up attaining that, but with that cheating device, you can actually get yourself the Atlas Pass. And I didn't check it out myself. I had a friend check it out where they ended up opening the version 3, and apparently there was nothing in there. So I don't know if it can generate something really, really cool secretly, or maybe it's like for future DLC. Honestly, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. But either way, thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you want to see the center of the galaxy, I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTubers that have already gotten there or rushed to it like immediately or have a better method than I do. But thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this series up to this point. I gotta go and get busy trying to record some Starbound now. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.